And so when I hear you say that it was that moment when meditation became more real for you, what else do you think happened at that moment that you feel like at such a young age you've been able to develop that curiosity, but also resilience and that strength of who you are?
I think a very pivotal moment in my life was, and I don't even remember, I think I was just in a bookstore and I was probably in the astrology section, and right across from it was the Eastern religion. And I saw a Thich Nhat Hanh book, Pieces Every Step. And at that point, I was probably like 17 or 18. And I think I just liked that, that title. And I read it probably in 2 or 3 days. And when I was younger, I used to read books like that. But at that age, 17, I wasn't reading books, especially in 2 or 3 days. And it was so simple, so poetic. And I applied it immediately. And I just felt good. I felt good. I felt happy. And from there on, I would always get his new books and give them to people. And I think with meditation, it was the same thing. When I felt how it made me feel, then I was like, okay, this is something that I want to exercise. I want to practice this because I can feel, physically, mentally, spiritually, everything. I just feel better. The reason why I love Thich Nhat Hanh, he states things so simply that anyone can understand. Mm-hmm. And the beautiful stories he tells to arrive to the lesson that he's teaching, it just makes it so much more impactful for me. And I love his meditations as well. They're so simple, the red light meditation. Take that moment to breathe into your belly. Things like that have helped me practice more of a meditation as more of a way of living and not just like meditate every day for this amount of time. It's more like breathing through every moment, difficult or not, and, it's something that I'm not perfect at or the best at, or even maybe even in the top, percentage of people that are great at it. But it's something that, like I said, as I get older and things I remember when even more real, it comes in handy for sure.
Can you share with our listeners the red light meditation so that they understand it more and then they can apply it too?
Okay, so Thich Nhat Hanh says, instead of viewing it like you're in traffic, you have to understand that you are the traffic. When I read that, I was like, oh, man. And I personally love to drive.
Me too.
I view it as a sort of a meditation, and because I'm just in that moment driving, I'm not thinking of anything because I'm a really safe driver and probably a slow driver too. So the red light meditation is every time you arrive at a red light, you come home to yourself. You take that red light as a bell of mindfulness to center yourself instead of viewing it as, oh, this red light is making me late and letting it frustrate you. It's a moment to take for yourself and just breathe.
Yeah.
Or that's how I take it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. We definitely share a love for Thich Nhat Hanh in a special way. I think he's absolutely phenomenal in the books that he's written, the work that he's done. And that example is a perfect synopsis of why he's so powerful, because it takes a very simple concept and something that we all deal with on a daily basis and turns it from how we usually view it to something that's so much more profound and meaningful for each and every one of us. And I think that's almost like what all of us need to become, is every day we need to be able to take these very ordinary daily things and turn them into these extraordinary experiences. Rather than the other way around. And so, yeah, thank you for sharing that. I love that. I hope everyone's going to try that, especially in LA traffic.
Yeah.
I love driving too. So I feel when you said that, I was like, I feel the same way. I can go on a long drive for hours and just feel completely, satisfied and fulfilled and hit as many red lights as I have to.
Yes, exactly.
And I loved what you said then. By the way, there's no one who's the perfect meditator or, we're all learning and working and figuring it out. And what I love about meditation is that when you feel you've reached a level, there's just another level.
Yeah.
And there's just always this continuous awakening. And I want to talk about how you've put so much intention into your creative expression, because you're not just making music, you're actually creating art to help people heal. I was watching this video on YouTube, and anyone who's listening or watching right now, you can go and check it out. It was your experience. You designed an immersive experience, Wisdom LA.
Yes.
And I loved it because you had everyone like lying down and looking up, and these absolutely phenomenal designs that look like the inside of someone's mind. And then you were playing the sound bowl and the harp and chanting and singing. And I was just like, wow, like this is a healing experience. Tell us about how you came to create that and feel that was how you wanted to share it.
Yes, that was a dream come true that hopefully I can take on tour sooner than later. So when I was probably around the same time I started reading Thich Nhat Hanh, there is this store that my father loves. It's not there anymore, in Santa Monica, but they have, lots of sound bowls, and it's like a spiritual, new age store. And there was a Tibetan singing bowl. I picked it up, started playing it, not to its full sound, I guess, because the owner came up to me like, oh, let me show you how to do it. I'm like, wow. And then I immediately understood what he was saying. And I was just like, oh my God, this is the best feeling ever. Literally, like I loved the feeling of my wrists going in a circle, and obviously loved the sound and how it was making me feel. So I bought one, and then I kept buying them, and I would just, play them when I was feeling away, or just when I was bored, even just because I loved how they sound and how they make me feel. And fast forward to maybe 5 years ago, my friend Chrissy sent me a picture of this woman with all of these really pretty crystal bowls. And I was like, what? Like, what are these? Because I've seen the big white crystal bowls, but I had never seen them like so iridescent and just like in all these colors and sizes. And so I looked it up and I found the company, and at the same time, have been working on music, and I guess even my album before Chilumbo, I wanted to incorporate more acoustic instruments, live drums, live flute, and I would collect these instruments from like different festivals and different places that I would travel, because I just felt like you could feel them more than the computer sounds. And so I'm already incorporating those into the music. And then now I find these bowls, and I'm just like, duh, like this is what I have to, they're so easy for me to play. And I thought they were easy for everyone to play, but I've actually seen, or have friends try, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, oh my God, maybe this is my instrument, And so of course, yes, I'm going to put it in the music. So people would always come up to me and let me know, share stories about how my music helped them get through something, or helped them, make a decision, or just, all of these things that felt so much more than just someone saying, oh, like, you're a great singer, or, oh, you're so pretty, or whatever. It would always be, we would like a lot of times end up crying together, because their stories are so like touching to me. And they'll always say your music really helped me. And when I'm creating the music, it's really just to get through, what I'm going through and helping me, express myself and transform whatever the feeling is into some type of art. And it's a release for me. So I started to realize that the reason why I'm so compelled to share that is because I think my purpose, or one of my purposes, is to help people deal, to and heal, deal and heal. And when I discovered these crystal sound bowls and started playing them and then seeing how beautiful they were, I knew I wanted to incorporate it into my live shows. The thing is, they are not just for any type of show, any type of setting. You have to be indoors so that you can, feel the acoustics. Yeah. Exactly. So I was doing a lot of festivals at the time, and then there was like certain theaters that I would perform in, and it just, the venues were not equipped for these bowls. And I'm like, how do I like take this on the road? Like, am I going to do small shows and just little yoga studios? Like how am I going to do this? And my sister, right? I think my sister, she sent me a link to Wisdom. We went there and the owners ended up being there. And then they're like, oh, they knew who I was. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to do something here. I want to do like a sound bath / concert / like visual thing. And like you said, they have these it's an immersive experience where you just lay back and it feels like you're in virtual reality, but it's real, it's reality. And because you're in a dome, it feels like you're traveling through whatever you're looking at. And I'm like, this is perfect for the bowls, because that's how the bowls make you feel even without having a visual in front of you, or even when your eyes are closed. So we got together and we put this show together. I forgot to mention my sound bowl mentor. Her name is Geraldine Glass. She's amazing. She basically started to teach me about the healing aspects of these bowls and just music in general and sound in general. Something I'm still learning. I am still studying. And this experience, I knew that I wanted to travel with, and I just wanted it to be a part of all of my shows. So I started to bring like other smaller bowls to venues, even when they said like, this is probably not going to sound good. I'm like, let's just try. Like, at least we tried, and we can say that we tried. But yeah, I started having this idea of like, a lot of people listen to a lot of other types of music to like distract themselves, but that is no solution, to distract yourself. So I'm like, if I can give people experiences, I remember when it's like this and music like this, that, you maybe you do want to just put it on to forget about what you're going through or whatever. But when you're listening, there's that intention there and that real healing in there that is really gonna resonate within your body and your spirit and actually help, and help center you or ground you, or, whatever it is really that you turned on the song for, that's what it's gonna help.
Yeah,